I've just arrived in Guadalajara. I'm in the hotel right now. And the funny thing is that I booked this hotel with points because it has a really nice rooftop bar, has a great view of Plaza de Armas. Amazing. I'm gonna wake up and have the most incredible view. So the first thing I did when I came to my room was open the window. And so not exactly the hotel room of my dreams, but this is what the rooftop looks like. Getting to this hotel is actually super easy to get to Centro from the airport. Like literally after I go through immigration, I go out the doors and then there's giant signs where it says taxi. So you just go there. It's 360 pesos. You can even pay with a credit card. So you pay inside the building. They give you a receipt. You go outside at the next door over and then give it to the taxi driver in line and he'll take you directly to your destination. Seriously, the easiest thing ever. Okay, I'm ready to go check out the town, but first I have a few orders of business. I want to look for a local SIM card because it's usually the cheapest, and I want to exchange some money, or I just need some cash because right now I have no pesos. I'm hungry, so I've got to eat. Good morning from Guadalajara. Today has been such a strange day so far. I woke up early because I wanted to go to breakfast at a certain place and I couldn't get there because all the streets are blocked off. But then I went to a place where supposedly there was a free walking tour. When it was supposed to start, I went and asked and they're like, we don't know what you're talking about. So anyways, now I'm gonna do my own tour starting here in the plaza because so much is blocked off. We can't see everything, but we're gonna try to see as much as we can. The massive cathedral that touches both Plaza Guadalajara and Plaza de Armas is an example of Spanish colonial architecture. Just next to the cathedral, you'll find the Rotonda de los Jaliscienses Ilustres, and just next to that, you'll find El Árbol Adentro. It's a famous sculpture that was created by the Mexican artist Javier Marin. It represents the human condition and inner transformation, having a tree coming out of its head. I just walked about 10 to 15 minutes down the street from the centro, and now I'm at Hospicio Cabañas. I have to go buy a ticket just down there, so let's go see what that looks like. Hospicio Cabañas is a former hospice and orphanage that now serves as a cultural center and museum. Inside the Hospicio Cabañas, you can find a ton of different plazas, some bigger, some smaller, some with plants. There's also art installations of contemporary work. Sometimes it feels more like Spain inside than Mexico. I'm now leaving Hospicio Cabañas and headed to Mercado San Juan de Dios, which is just right here, like basically across the street. Okay, this market is massive and a little bit overwhelming. It's multiple floors inside. There's also outside and then like an inner courtyard, outside stands. They're selling traditional clothes, traditional shoes, modern clothes, modern shoes, electronics, toys, literally anything you need. There's also a cafeteria, so you can have lunch there, you can have breakfast, everything, affordable prices. So if you're looking for some cheap meals, definitely come here. Everyone's really friendly and everyone's ready to help you. But man, there is a lot going on. Now I'm gonna head out of the market and head to the Plaza de los Mariachis. Well, technically this is the Plaza de los Mariachis. There are no mariachis right now. I think it's because it's the middle of the day. I think it's probably more of an evening thing. So sometimes when I'm traveling to Spanish-speaking countries, people often ask if they can get by with English. Here in Guadalajara, it seems that Spanish has been super necessary. And if you're serious about learning Spanish, then I really highly recommend Lingoda, which is an online language school. They offer group lessons, about 3 to 4 students. They actually have something really cool going on right now, which is called a language sprint, which is a 60-day challenge. There are 2 types of sprints. The first type is just sprint. If you complete all 15 classes per month in 2 months, then you get 50% of your money back. The second one is called the super sprint, which is 30 classes a month for 2 months. And if you complete all 60 of those lessons, then you actually get 100% of your money back. So if you're looking for motivation, this is it. Individually, the classes are about 13 euros each. But if you complete the sprint, they end up being only around 6 to 7 euros per class. And if you complete the super sprint, then they're 0 euros euros per class. But you can't miss a single lesson, so stay on track. If you complete the sprints, you actually have 2 options at the end of those 60 days. You can get your money back, or you can get Lingoda class credits and invest in future classes, which actually have a higher value than the money you would be getting back in cash. So if you are ready to focus and learn a lot in a short amount of time, I challenge you to try the Lingoda Sprint, as it might be just the right thing to keep you motivated. Click the link below in my description and use my discount code Nikki2023 for a discount off of your initial Lingoda registration. You'll get 20 euros or $25 off that registration. I'm at a restaurant called La Chata, which my taxi driver recommended to me. I came at 1 o'clock and luckily the line wasn't so long, only 5 people in front of me. I ordered horchata and something called arrachera. I've never had it before, but it's like a taquito and an enchilada, rice beans, guacamole. I saw them making it at the restaurant, and so luckily the menu has pictures, and I was like, yep, I know right away, I want that. That was so much food, have leftovers, and when I left, the line was super long, like when I saw it yesterday, so I came at a perfect time. 1 o'clock is the time. So now I'm just gonna drop off my leftovers at my hotel and then continue on. I dropped off my food and then I walked about 15 blocks west of the center, and I'm now at the Templo Expiatorio del Santisimo Sacramento. It's long, okay? It's hard to say. There's a clock tower, there's Italian stained glass mosaics inside. I didn't really feel much connection with churches, but as far as architecture goes, it's stunning. And the little plaza out front has a few little stands, like a tiny little market. I'm gonna go check out that and then head out to the next destination. So I was just walking on my way to Avenida Chapultepec, and just by pure coincidence, I stumbled on this corner. Just this corner where there's all these like cool, hip cafes and restaurants, like very chill vibe. And it's a feeling that I haven't gotten from anywhere else in the city. So if you are looking for something a little more chill, like cool cafes and stuff, definitely come to this corner. I went to Avenida Chapultepec because it's supposedly very cool, but in reality it's just like 4-lane, really busy road with some restaurants and bars on either side. Very hectic. Maybe it's cooler at night. So I actually came back to this area, which is called Colonia Americana. I stopped at this place, which is called Ricos Jugos. Got some juice, and I'm just gonna chill for a minute. It's super relaxing around here. Oof. I walked about 19,000 steps today. I'm back in the hotel. I have to shower. I feel totally nasty. And I think that might be about it for today. And I will see you tomorrow when we venture a little bit outside of the city center. Good morning, day 2 from Tonalá. I'm at the Tianguis, which are markets. I got here by taking a bus, or what they call camión. It's like a green bus. The first driver I asked told me the wrong bus, but now I found out that the 231 does go directly from Centro to Tianguis. So by the time I got here, I was starving. So of course I had to get barbacoa tacos. This market goes for like miles and miles. There's multiple rows in the center. It's really crowded. And then I can see that there's more stalls across the street, and it just goes and goes and goes. I've seen a few other foreigners, though it's mostly locals, and it pretty much just has anything you want. It's like the market yesterday, just everything you've ever desired. There's also a ton of places for food, so you won't have to worry about being hungry. They are selling tacos, taquitos. One side is more of like a long strip of tents and market things. It's parallel to the street. And then on the other side, it's kind of like a big dirt area, and then there's vendors all around it. But I did decide to try tejuino.
Te pido un tejuino.
Sí.
Sí, no sé si tienes tamaños, pero lo más pequeño.
Tengo de este y del diarito. Muy rico que sí.
Tejuino is made with corn and then the lemon icy thing on top.
Es limón.
Nieve.
Agua.
Ice.
Ice. hielo. Nieve es snow. Gracias. ¿Cuánto es?
So tejuino is good. I think it may be more of an acquired taste. I don't love it upon first try. The other thing I got were these treats.
Te pido una de cocada, una de guayaba y otra de fresa.
I figured, okay, if they're traditional, I want to try. So I've walked around the area now for like an hour, hour and a half, and I know I don't want to buy anything to take with me, so I think I'm gonna try to figure out how to head out and head to Tlaquepaque, which is my next destination. So after my camion adventure this morning, hopefully I can get something a little more direct and a little more correct. Was one long bus ride, and I'm so hot and sweaty. I'm so glad to get off. I'm in Tlaquepaque. I'm at a restaurant now eating lunch because it is so hot outside that I really lost any motivation to walk. So Tlaquepaque is a pueblo mágico, which is basically just like a really old small town. You can take the light rail here, but because I came from Tonalá, I just took a bus. I took 55A and it came directly here and dropped me off like 3 blocks away from this main town center. Finish lunch, walk around. I'm gonna head over now to the train station so I can take the train back to Centro Guadalajara. That was so funny because I came to the train station just to leave and go back to the Centro, but I only had 2 pesitos and 200 pesos, and the machine only takes exact change, it doesn't give change. So I had to go to the gas station next door, and when I went to ask for change from the woman who works there, she was like doing TikTok dances, and I was like, yeah, that's fun. And so I approached her to ask for change, and then she was like, okay, now let's do a dance together. And I am like the worst dancer ever, but it was so fun. I guess it was a good coincidence that I didn't have change just to have that experience. The best shower ever. I was so hot and sweaty and nasty from walking around all day in those 2 different areas. So here's the other thing. Yesterday when I was walking around the centro, the Plaza de la Liberacion was completely closed off because of the concert. But in a normal 48-hour period, you would be able to see that. So I'm actually gonna go tomorrow morning before it gets too hot just so you can see it. And so this is what it looks like. I'm currently in Plaza Fundadores, which is just behind la Plaza de la Liberacion. It's a massive square surrounded by jacaranda trees, which is really beautiful. The interesting thing about the Plaza de la Liberacion is that it's the place where the Mexican War of Independence was officially declared on September 16, 1810. Now I'm in the Plaza Fundadores, which is dedicated to the founders of the city, and just to my left I have the Teatro de Guadalajara. Okay, let's go back to last night. Well, I came back to the Plazuela de los Mariachis tonight to see if anything was happening in the evening. It is a little different in the fact that there are a bunch of mariachi guys hanging around, drinking coffee, but no actual mariachi music. It's after 8, it's like 8:15 now, and I've been here over an hour, so I don't know how much longer to wait and if I'm gonna wait at all because I don't know what's happening. So that's 48 hours in Guadalajara, and if you wanna know more about Mexico, click on this video here where I give you tips about Playa del Carmen. Why not?